Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Your continued love and support here on the channel. So today we're going to do a pick a card about the things that are left unsaid between you and another person that you have on your mind. This is going to be primarily focused on love situations. Okay, so things that they have left unsaid between the two of you, or things that they've left unsaid. We'll see how it goes. But we do have 3 crystals for you guys to choose from today. For group number 1, you have this Carnelian here. For group number 2, you have the yellow Aventurine. And then for group number 3, there is another Carnelian here, but this one is the more orangish color with a little heart. Okay. So we'll call that one the Carnelian heart. So those are the choices. If you already feel drawn to a specific crystal, you're more than welcome to skip ahead to the timestamp that is located in the description box as well as pinned in the comments. But I am going to be adding in one of these cards to help you with choosing if you need that extra help. So this is, I feel like, good for those of you that maybe are looking for some type of closure, or perhaps are in a no contact situation with the person, and you feel like there is something that is left unsaid between the two of you. So things left unsaid is the topic for today. So group 1, let's choose a card for you. Okay, so we have 2 cards here. We've got stalemate and we also have celebration. Let me just show you a little bit. Both of your cards are the same color too. So that is going to be for group 1. Okay, so we'll just put them like this. That is for group 1. Now let's see for group 2. We have subconscious, and that is with the yellow Aventurine. And group 3 with the orange Carnelian heart. Things left unsaid. Okay, you've also got 2. So we have cold and we have karmic partner. Okay, and that is going to be with this little Carnelian heart. So cold and karmic partner. So that is for group 3. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading. If you're looking for more of on a one-to-one personal reading, you can find my email in the description box where I can go over your situation with your person specifically versus doing a general reading here on YouTube. Okay, so because it is a general reading, understand that this is the collective's energy, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to resonate for you. If it does, great, but don't force anything to fit if it's not your story, it's not your situation. And always use your own discernment with whether or not you know a message is for you or not. Okay, so these are the choices. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to sit with the cards, meditate on the crystals, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, group number 1. So those of you that resonate with the stalemate, celebration, and the Carnelian, As I was sitting here just kind of tuning into the energy, there is a song that came through. It is a little older, so some of you might not even know or have ever heard this song before, but the song is called Almost Paradise. Who is that? Almost Paradise. I remember listening to this song, I think, when I was little. I can't remember who it is. Song. Mike Reno is the name. Mike Reno. This was like back in '84. Almost Paradise. Ann Wilson and Mike Reno. So Ann Wilson from the band Heart. Yeah, for those of you that are familiar. Okay, so perhaps listening to that song might be something that adds on a little bit more depth to the information here. Almost Paradise is the one that came through. Okay, so let's see. And what that kind of makes me feel like, I almost feel like I should pull up the lyrics here. Almost Paradise lyrics. Okay. It's funny because I know all the words here, but because I remember this song from when I was little. It starts off with saying, I thought that dreams belonged to other men, because each time I got close, they'd fall apart again. I feared my heart would beat in secrecy. I faced the nights alone. Oh, how could I have known that all my life I only needed you? Oh, almost paradise, we're knocking on heaven's door. Almost paradise, how could we ask for more? I swear that I can see forever in your eyes. Paradise. It seems like perfect love so hard to find. I'd almost given up. You must have read my mind. And all these dreams I saved for a rainy day, they're finally coming true. I'll share them all with you, 'cause now we hold the future in our hand. And then it goes into the chorus. Almost paradise, we're knocking on heaven's door. Almost paradise, how could we ask for more? So yeah, it's a really beautiful song from the 80s. But let's pull the tarot and see. So it kind of makes me feel like with the card here, stalemate and celebration, perhaps, you know, this could have even been a connection where maybe you and this person had envisioned that this was going to be something that was going to last, like this was going to be your person. And with the stalemate here, things kind of not progressing, maybe in the way that we thought they were going to. So let's see. Things left unsaid. Let's see if that was something that came out. Things left unsaid between group 1 and their person. We have the Chariot. So Chariot is about moving forward, moving something forward, progressing towards success. The Hierophant, yeah. The Hierophant is a symbol of commitment, marriage, traditional commitment here. And we have the High Priestess. Two of Pentacles. So we've got Cancer, Taurus, and Pisces. The Seven of Swords. Ten of Cups. Yeah, that's like the vision of future. The Strength card, the Seven of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Tower in reverse. Yeah, it kind of feels like you and this person here had this vision of that future with each other. I feel like it was something that both of you shared together. But this Tower energy here, the Tower in reverse and the Five of Swords, maybe this is something with this person that ended in a very chaotic way. Perhaps an exchange of words between the two of you that wasn't very pleasant. This could be some type of conflict, fighting, arguing. Let's see, let's get one more. Knight of Pentacles. We've also got Leo and Aries, Scorpio, Virgo, and Capricorn. Some of you could have been dealing with a person who was indecisive, very indecisive about your connection. It feels like there still might be some hurt feelings here, some anger, some resentment, feeling betrayed even. Betrayed by the other. Some of you, this could even be a person that you were in a committed relationship with and there was a breakup here. If that is the case, and you have had a breakup with someone where there was a committed partnership, then I feel like there is still this energy here that exists between the two of you where there's still tension. There, like I said, there could still be this anger here, resentment, avoidance, indecision about whether or not one wants to move this connection forward or not. This feels like indecision here about whether or not to move this forward, or whether or not this can even be something that could be rebuilt. Okay, I'm going to start pulling some more cards here. I'm seeing blocked at the bottom, so maybe some of you do have each other blocked. There could have also been, with the Tower here, circumstances that were outside of both of your control that may have made it hard for this relationship to progress and move forward, because the Tower can also be about divine intervention, stepping in. So what is left unsaid? We've got struck and weep. So yeah, I feel like there's still a lot of emotions here. It's definitely a feeling of loss. We've got obsession here and phone call. So it can even be, you know, waiting for the other person to call here, or feeling heartbroken because maybe someone hasn't reached out. Hurt and spy. And I'm also seeing avoidance here. Avoidance. So I will say this, if this person is avoiding you, okay, if they're avoiding you, they could very well be someone who, you know, spies maybe on social media. You could also be spying or obsessing over them because you feel hurt by something that they've done, but because they're avoiding you. And it could be, right, you know, turning into a little bit of an obsessive energy here. But it could also be them, where like if you walked away from them, where they are feeling very hurt and they're watching you, avoiding talking to you, but also there's this obsessive energy that's here, avoiding talking to you. Again, we've got some emotions here that are still a little challenging in that Five of Swords energy. So I'm going to pull, I think I'm going to pull some oracle cards here. Oops. Still a lot of feelings and emotions wrapped up into this. We have the shadow side. It says, you made me realize my flaws. Unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. Now keep in mind, this could be either one of you. You, of course, know how you feel. So you know that if it's not, it doesn't belong to you, it's this other person that could be feeling that way. We have neglected here, and it says, I failed to give you what you need, right? So someone was feeling neglected. Someone has realized that they were perhaps underappreciating the other. And we've got sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. So perhaps you could have been dealing with the person who sabotaged the connection, or your own shadow side coming through here where you ended up sabotaging the connection. Okay, so take it how it resonates. Like I said, you know what's yours. Yeah, we've got disagreements here at the bottom. And it says, I wish you understood how I feel. And look at how they're kind of sitting separate from one another. That's that Five of Swords energy. Disagreements. And I feel like if there was this, right, happening between you and this person, it can be hard to go back into that. We could be even like avoiding a conversation, because if we're not getting along here, and we could be saying things to each other that are very hurtful. So, you know, it's not a good feeling to have, right? Like we feel like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to have to deal with that. So maybe, like I said, some of you, this person could be avoiding here. So what I want to do, I think I want to use let's see. What is left unsaid here? I forgive you for me and for us. We also have no time or distance can break our connection. And we have let's rebuild what we lost. Okay. I certainly feel because of the energy that's here, it's going to take work, of course, compromising, changing, looking and reflecting upon one's own shadow in order to make changes to bring about more balance here. Because the tower energy essentially breaks down a false reality, right? So if we're building something with someone on lies or on betrayal or on, you know, something that's out of alignment, the universe will kind of step in. I think of it in a way as like wiping it and saying, start again. Start over in a way, you know, where there's just something that we're trying to build that relationship with that's not going to help it to be something that's sustainable or healthy or solid and stable, right? If there's sabotage here, behavior that you have, the other person has, how solid is that relationship going to be? We can't progress and move forward if there's something that's out of alignment. So in a way, I kind of look at that tower as if we're trying to like build something here, right? That's not going to be very stable. And the universe is like, no, do it again. Do it again. But this time with more intention that how we're choosing to build that relationship is going to be something that is going to be sustainable, right? The way in which we're going about it. So if we do have letting a lot of our shadow energy lead, or we're not listening to the other person, we're not communicating well, like all of these things are not going to help us to get to stable, healthy, solid relationship, right? Both people have to come into alignment here. And that's also what the Chariot is about, balancing two opposing forces of energy. If there's a power struggle here, or, you know, one person is really working on nurturing the relationship and the other person isn't, we're still out of alignment, right? We can't build something solid like that. So I feel like there is a need for, you know, really taking some time to, and avoiding it isn't going to help, right? We need to face it. We need to face whatever this is. And of course, if you're ready to face it and the other person is not, again, we're out of alignment. We're out of balance, right? The other person has to be willing to meet you to align here as well. And sometimes people just choose not to, you know, and that is their decision, which hurts. Sometimes we also have to accept, right, what is, and if it's better for us to move on from a situation, especially if it's just not working, maybe both people need healing, you know, or one person really needs to take some time to reflect upon what kind of energy they're bringing into a situation. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you. Group number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 2. So those of you that resonate with the yellow Aventurine and the subconscious card, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out the things left unsaid between you and the other person that you do have on your mind. Okay. So we're going to start off with pulling the tarot. There's a song that's coming through for you, and I don't know that this is going to resonate for everyone. Let me think, who is this really? Well, it's Evanescence, but what song is that? Bring Me to Life. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. So perhaps some of you resonate with the message in that song. Okay, let's see here. Group number 2. What are the things left unsaid between you and your person? 5 of Swords, wow. Wow. Pile 2. What happened here? 5 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Swords. This looks like a very difficult, uncomfortable conversation. Last conversation that you had with this person. Disagreements, conflict, fighting, arguing. Maybe even like an abrupt ending to your connection or to communication. Just stop. It's like a heated argument or some kind of like a fight that people have, and then when a person, like there's a fighting, they're just like, okay, it's done, it's over. Like it feels like very, the way that things kind of ended with this person was maybe not in the best way. We've got Scorpio. Yeah, look at that. The Devil's here. We've got Capricorn, Scorpio, Aries. I'm sorry, not Aries. Well, maybe. I said it, so take it. Aries. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. Some of you, this might even be like a situation at work or through a friend circle, a friend group, or some type of community kind of thing. Community. 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. So this could be a network of people. Maybe like you know them and they know this person. Like maybe like a friend group or something like that, where there could be other people that are involved here. Just for some of you, just creating drama. This feels like there could be a little bit of resentment here from you or even the other person. I mean, there's very hurt feelings here. It looks like there was some very hurtful things that were said. And these hurtful things, either the things that were said or the behaviors here, could be something that are on, it feels like both of your minds here. It's like that feeling of like, I don't like how this feels. I don't like how this has ended between the two of us. And it doesn't feel good. I feel like there's a hope here for talking, maybe talking it out, some type of peaceful resolution here. Like creating some type of stability here, some kind of reconciliation, like trying to heal this, like wanting to heal this. Because it kind of feels like the way that it was left, it's bothering you. Or bothering them. Like it feels like you can't move forward in peace because of how it was left. And I feel like that's when, you know, it gets hard for us, because we really feel like we need that closure, or we need to say something else besides the way that it was left, because it doesn't feel good. And some of you might be really like wanting reconciliation here to try to restore maybe what you've had with this person, whether it's a friendship or it was a partnership, you know, whatever it was. There could have been mind games here, manipulation. A person you were dealing with that was very defensive, very confrontational. Yeah, Six of Swords is at the bottom here. So this is moving towards calmer energy. So, you know, if you and the person were fighting a lot, you know, they could be thinking, oh, I just need to just get away from this. I don't like this energy. There could have been gossip here. Gossiping. People talking behind other people's backs and it getting around to someone, or some kind of betrayal here. Someone feeling betrayed, feeling hurt. So, of course, you know, if we do something wrong, so we don't want to just kind of point fingers and say, oh, it's this other person. But if there's something that we've done wrong, you know, we've got to take ownership of that, of whatever it is that we've done or that what we've said, and accept whatever the consequences were or are of, you know, the outcome to the situation. But sometimes it is the other person, and sometimes it's things that other people do, other people say, and it could leave us feeling really hurt, betrayed, you know. So I feel like whoever has felt betrayed or who has felt hurt by the other person, there could still be some anger there. There can still be some resentment, you know, and a feeling of like, I just need to be away from this kind of feeling. So we're going to pull some more oracle here. That's funny. I did say Aries earlier, and here it is. I just saw it. The Emperor, Aries. We've got Aquarius here. Okay, what else? Could be self-sabotage here as well. What are the things left unsaid between group 2 and their person? We have a yearning here. Hurt. Still feeling hurt. We have the 1 and rekindle. And then we have divine intervention. So something's happened here that has come in between you and this person. Maybe it was something that needed to happen. Okay. In a way that this reminds me of the Tower energy. And sometimes we don't understand when these Tower moments happen. I am seeing off course at the bottom. And the Tower energy comes in to get us to let something go or to redirect us. So perhaps, you know, maybe there was a feeling of like this person is the one. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying that sometimes with the Tower energy, we might have an idea, right, of a person fitting into our life somehow, and we might be wrong. You know, perhaps it's a situation that's not meant to be for us. And so divine intervention can take place to get us to redirected towards the path that we're meant to be on, you know. But I feel that for some of you, that this is a person that perhaps you thought was, you know, going to be the one, going to be in your life. And you may still hold that feeling of like, I still think it's them and I still want to rekindle things with them. There's still a yearning, there's still a desire. There might even be a little bit of obsession here with the devil present. Okay, because it could be like having that situation where like, I can't let this person go. I keep thinking about them and thinking about them and thinking about them, especially with the subconscious there, because we still be hurt, right? There's something that's happened here between you and this person. And like I said, it kind of feels like the way that it was left has left an impression upon your mind or even their mind of not liking how things ended here. You know, so it kind of feels like we don't have peace. We don't have peace. We haven't been able to let go. The off course here, and it says, I'm lost without you. Now, if you don't feel that way, lost without this person, maybe it's them. Like I told group 1, take it how it resonates. You know how you feel. And if something's not yours, perhaps it belongs to the other person that's here. Okay. So I want to group 2, what is left unsaid between you and this person? We've got unsatisfied. We've got a soul contract. It says the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So there's certainly something very significant about what has occurred between you and them in your connection. We have unsatisfied here. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Okay, so perhaps if they're the person who felt like things are off course, you know, that something needed to come to an end here. Or maybe you felt that way. What is left unsaid here between group 2 and their person? We have understanding, and it says, I see your side of the story. Okay. And sometimes, you know, when we're having a disagreement with someone, sometimes we're in our own head, we're in our own feelings, and we don't see someone else's side of things. We only see our own because we're feeling hurt or we feel a certain way, and we don't see how they see it until we sometimes take a step back and say, oh, I didn't think about it that way, or I didn't see it that way at the time. We have broken here, and it says, I feel shattered about this situation. And then I'm also seeing unworthy at the bottom, and it says, you're a better person than I am. Okay. So perhaps someone feeling unworthy of the other. Maybe, you know, you could be dealing with a person who had some toxic relationship habits, or, you know, a person who was self-sabotage the connection. Let's see. What are the things left unsaid between group 2 and their person? Let's turn mistakes into lessons. And we have no time or distance can break our connection. Love can mend the deepest wounds. So it feels like there is a desire to heal things here. My love is constant through highs and lows. You know, so regardless of what you may have encountered with this person, I feel like there's definitely still this feeling, right, of memories with the person that I feel like both of you share, because, you know, we can't just erase somebody from our memory. The feelings, the emotions, the thoughts surrounding that situation, they're there. Even if they are within the subconscious, it's still there. At the bottom, we have, my needs and feelings deserve to be heard. So it does feel like there is something, I mean, we are doing a reading here that says things left unsaid. So it does feel like there is a lot to say here. And someone's kind of bottling it in, holding it in, right? We got this little message in a bottle here. Yeah, like I said, that song by Evanescence, Bring Me to Life, could be something that adds a little bit more detail into this for you. I'm not going to read all of it because the lyrics are pretty long, but there's a part of it, it's the chorus. It says, wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me, call me a name, and save me from the dark. Okay? Bring me to life. I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside. Frozen inside, without your touch, without your love, darling. Only you. Yeah, so I would definitely read this. Maybe it's you could be dealing with a person who was emotionally numb, or feels emotionally numb, or has been really working towards trying to detach from their feelings. They could also be someone who has gone through a lot of heartbreak and things of that nature. So perhaps, doesn't have the best way of communicating and connections, or handling conflict, learning how to work through it versus avoiding from it, running from it, or toxic patterns of behaviors that they might have themselves kind of stuck in here. Okay. I feel like I want to look at this a little bit. So what is this about, Spirit? Can we know a little bit more information about the needs and feelings deserve to be heard? Because of course you watching this can also feel that way too. Like you could want to say something to this person. But what does the person have to say, Spirit, that group 2 is dealing with? What do they have to say? What do they want to be heard about this? Seven of Cups. Perhaps this is a situation, when they think about it, that could make them feel very emotionally overwhelmed. It feels like this person still feels, it feels like a pull towards you, an attraction, desire, spiritually connected. There could be a feeling that they have of wanting also to reconnect with you to make things right here. The Three of Cups is about happiness. It's about joy. It's about socializing, talking. So this feels like this person does too have that feeling of wanting to reconnect here, wanting to make things right, maybe wanting to right past wrongs. But there's also a lot of confusion. There's a lot of emotions here. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Page of Cups. This could be what to say. If they're the person who needs to apologize to you, then what am I going to say? How do I say it? Is group 2 going to want to listen to my apology? Or if they feel that you owe them an apology, as much as they might want to come towards you, you need to apologize first. It could be that kind of thing where they feel like you need to say something, right? And that really depends on who is taking which sides. I'm seeing the King of Swords at the bottom. So I mean, this could be a person who's being very guarded and very, just being very detached, you know, in terms of how they say something or do something. They could be keeping like it feels almost like a grudge, keeping a grudge, you know, not letting something go, or not admitting they were wrong, or, you know, not wanting to be told that they should do something, but more or less like they have to soften themselves into a space of vulnerability and forgiveness and compassion and empathy. And that might be hard for this person too, to admit their faults, right? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, group 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonated with the orange carnelian heart and the card that says cold and karmic partner, this is going to be a reading today. So some of you, because we are asking today, what are the things that are left unsaid between you and this other person? And we have cold here, which to me kind of indicates that maybe this person has gone cold on you. You've gone cold on them. There's no contact here. Maybe for some of you, this was a karmic partner or is a karmic partner for you. For others of you, this could have been a situation where your connection was affected with this person because of a karmic partner. Whether that karmic partner is in your life that you're dealing with, or it's in their life that they're dealing with, or even it's a past relationship that either you or the other person has had with the karmic partner that has affected your connection. Even if neither one of you are dealing with that karmic partner at present, it could be an energy that still is affecting you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, something that you're still holding on to that could have created an issue here. Okay, so we've got this, and I want to pull some tarot here. We'll see what is coming through for you. What are the things that are left unsaid between group 3? I feel like there's still this intensity here between you and this person. The Sun, we've got Leo energy. 7 of Swords. Feelings. We've got the King of Cups here. Temperance. Interesting. Oh boy. 4 of Swords. The Empress. The Chariot. There is still love here. And I feel that it is mutual. King of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Look who's at the bottom. The Queen of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, this could be a third-party situation where either you are involved with a karmic partner, they're involved with a karmic partner, and there could be a decision here that either one of you have to make about leaving a karmic partner in order for you and this person to be together. You know, there might be a mutual feeling here that the two of you are soulmates. Or like I said, for some of you, this could be a karmic partner. So take it how it resonates. It's not to say, because a karmic partner is also can be a karmic soulmate, okay, for us. But there's definitely feelings that are still here that are mutual. And it feels like someone is avoiding or running from perhaps expressing those feelings. Someone could have been going back and forth here over moving this relationship forward into something more solid, more tangible, more secure. And of course, the indecision or the inconsistency, the avoidance, the running could have been something that made the other person feel very hurt. I'm going to leave the Queen there. They belong together. We have Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo. We've got Taurus and Libra, Cancerian energy, and then we have Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This might even be for some of you a situation where you had a bond and a connection with this person and you both have moved on to other connections in your life, but there's still feelings here. There's still feelings here. Like someone is not taking action. They're not acting upon the feelings. Okay. Let's see. Group 3. What are the things left unsaid? I mean, for one, there's still feelings here on both sides. Very deep love for some of you. Very deep. Look at that. True love. True love. We have solitude. I'm lost without you. And we have secrets here. And fate. Wow. So it feels like, I mean, Spirit is saying true love here. Someone is feeling lost without the other. Or both of you feeling lost without the other. And having that feeling of like, we belong together. Yeah. We've got unspoken feelings here at the bottom. Unspoken feelings. And I'm seeing sorrow, nostalgia. It's a lot of memories tied into your connection with each other. Let's see. What are the things left unsaid between group number 3 and their person? New chapter. It says, I am trying to move on. We have responsibilities. It says, I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. I'm going to cover them up. Responsibilities. And we have conversation here. I want to call you and hear your voice. We have broken. I feel shattered about this situation. Maybe for some of you there are, you know, children that are involved here. We have mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. It feels like, okay, if you and this person are separated here and, you know, you could be trying to move on, they could be trying to move on. It feels like it's difficult, even though either one of you could be trying. It's like you can't deny what's here. It says, even apart, my love for you stays strong. I mean, look at that. That is true. With you forever feels real. Letting go is sometimes the kindest choice. And then we have, let's nurture our love every step of the way. I kind of want to ask Spirit here, because, I mean, let's just say this. If either one of you have moved on to other connections and you still love each other, you are kind of keeping it a secret, right? Either one of you could be keeping that a secret. At the bottom, I'm seeing your love is my safe place. I want to ask Spirit here, just a little side question. I want to ask Spirit, what is blocking this connection? Because if you guys feel that way towards each other, I mean, maybe it is a karmic partner. You know, if this person is someone who has children with someone else and that other partner is just creating issues, that could be a situation here too. What is blocking this connection, Spirit? The Lovers. The Lovers is about making a choice, a decision. Someone needs to make a choice here. What is blocking this connection? Gemini energy, the High Priestess, Pisces. It's about listening to our intuition. So if our intuition is saying, that's the one, that's the one, it's like you need to take action towards making it happen, towards following through. Also, the High Priestess is something that is hidden or concealed. So maybe some of you do have a secret connection. And if you did reveal it, would it be something that would cause upheaval in your life or their life? Change, maybe disaster with the Tower. You know, because the Tower is essentially breaking down a foundation. So it's an uprooting. It would be chaos, destruction. So maybe for some of you, this making the decision to be with each other would mean huge sacrifice to kind of dismantle your life, dismantle their life. It would mean a need for rebuilding, right? Especially if either one of you have gone in a different direction. You know, with the devil energy being here, the devil can also be a very restrictive energy or oppressive. It could even be fear that is holding someone back. The devil can create this illusion, right, in our mind. Oh, you can't have that. You can't do this. But we need to kind of listen to intuition and overcome the fear, especially of change, because for some of you that this could mean huge change. You know, in the Devil card here, we're seeing two people that are kind of like attached to one another, right? Bound. And so there's a need for us to kind of break free, right? Didn't we have a little bird here that's kind of coming out of the cage? So perhaps someone feels like they're trapped in a situation right now that they can't get themselves out of. Maybe it's another relationship, or just a way of thinking. Why is this Tower here? Five of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords. Some of you, there's a need to have a conversation here to clear things up, you know? There needs to be a focus here on communication, because someone could be feeling very discouraged, disappointed, feeling, oh, there's no hope here. Just forget it. There's no hope. And that may not be the case. What does this Devil energy represent? Queen of Wands. This might be another person for some of you. Four of Pentacles. Two of Wands. This could also be representing a person who's afraid of change. A person who's afraid of going after something that they desire, that they have a desire for, and then too afraid of going after it, of pursuing it. So that would be someone's own fears that are blocking them from pursuing what their heart's desire is. The confidence to do it, to make the change. Whether that is your fear that's holding you back from pursuing this, or it's them. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, group 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.